Steve did a good job. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, back to my story.
Yeah, okay.
St. Louis. St. Louis, moving of blast furnace. Okay, we got it over. We're tearing down the structure, the steel, and they when you were tearing it down, had ironworkers. So the ironworkers one night, I would take over the night shift because we had an ironworker superintendent that could see what was going on in the daytime and do more work than me because he was a specialist in that structural steel and whatnot. And so at night, the first night, the ironworker crew comes up to me. Or no, they weren't. They didn't come up to me. They were sitting around the fire. I went out and kind of checked them to see what they're doing. They're sitting around the fire. I said, "What's going on?" "We're not going to work for you." "Why?" "We're not going to get paid overtime for Saturday." "Yeah." "Well, that's your contract. You sign that's the ironworker's contract. If you work shift work, you don't get overtime on Saturday. I don't know about Sunday. And so we're not going to work for you." Okay, so I go in the office, call I say, you guys signed the contract. You expect us to pay you what's in the contract, don't you?" "Yeah, but we're not gonna work." I go in, I call the business agent, got him out there. I said, "Get those guys, if they're not gonna work, I'm gonna kick them off the job." So, okay. He talked to them, so they're working. Now, they're all mad at me because I won't pay them overtime. So, what they do, what I was doing at night, on your structure, it's all bolted together.
Okay.
So I was having to take all the bolts out except two on all the joints. So the next morning when the guys come in and take it down, you only had two bolts to take out. Well, I'm walking around the thing and I hear a plunk, plunk, plunk as I walk. They're throwing their bolts at me. The ones they're taking out, they're throwing the bolts at me. I said, "Fine. In order to throw at me, you got to take them out."
So the job's still getting done.
Yeah. So I just kept walking around the outside. We had lights and whatnot. So I would walk around the outside all the time, but they kept throwing it through. And this one guy we finally got it done. I think his name was Gussie. He comes up when I paid them all off, gave them their checks, paid them off. He comes up and said, "I'm not going to work for you again if you ever come back." I says, "What do you mean you're not going to work for me? When did you work for me?" Yeah. So we did a job. That was in 59. 59. And 59. It might have run into 60. I don't think so. 59. And we had a job down there in 62. Jacking. Who was the first ironworker who came home on the job?
Crap.
Gussie. I said, "Gussie, you're not working for me, are you?" "Yeah, I'm signed to you." "Oh, you told me you'll never work for me." You get back. Sorry.
So did he work?
Yeah, I put him to work. Yeah, we had a good job done. But on that first job, we had done the same type of work in 55, moved one of the furnaces. And they lost $50,000. And the job that I did and controlled as a superintendent, we made $80,000 on our job. A little different. And
You want something to drink, Ina? You want pop or
What do you got?
water, beer?
Take a beer.
Beer. You want a beer?
I think there's a Yingling in there.
You want one?
Yeah, give me one. So when finally came up with all the how much money we saved. I think that J.W. Eichler, who's the owner of the company, gave me $5,000, and I think I paid off our house that we had bought. This house paid off either that or I think I paid off the whole house. $50,000 was a lot of money then.
Yeah.
This house cost us $9,200. Just that first part,
Right. This is all added on.
yeah, and the other end is added on.
Holy moly. Okay.
9,200.
What year was that?
53.
Jeez.
Got married in 52.
Thanks.
You can save one glass if you want.
You're reusing?
Yeah.
9,200 bucks, and it was a 2-bedroom.
Yeah. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, living room, kitchen.
Yeah.
Did he ever tell you there were baby turkeys in my room when I
What?
was born?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in the
Wanna
winter,
guess?
in the wintertime, they would order turkey poults, little babies,
Yeah.
and it was cold. In order to,
Oh my God.
in order to put them out, you can't put them out in the cold.
Well, of course not.
So they brought them over and put them in Lori's bedroom. Yeah.
So there was no room in the inn for
Poor little baby. Hanging with the turkeys.
as long as they stayed on their side, everything was fine.
Yeah.
So did you ever lose sleep at night? Like one of your projects went like totally haywire, or like you knew what you were doing. It was engineered. It made sense. It was all logical. It was done.
Well, there are some things that happened when I used a crane to take a Yankee dryer out. We had used up in Spokane, Washington, do some erection of probably a rolling mill or a hot strip mill. And when they took it out, it was tight on the upper structure, and I don't know why, but in order to get this thing out, and they couldn't lift it any higher, and they burned off some things off the part of the trolley,
Yeah.
and they didn't say anything. And when it got back to the in Pittsburgh, they just cleaned it up, and they cleaned it up, and well, I don't know why they took all the grease off of it. But anyway, took the grease off. So when we tried to lift up in here, and what they took off was a plate. Now the plate held a bracket here that held the I think it held the drum. Anyway, when they took that off, this bracket couldn't sustain the load when we picked up the Yankee dryer. So the Yankee dryer, they picked it up, they got it up about 4 feet off the ground, and it snapped. So it lost all the power. The drum actually started back spinning. So the whole drum and this thing went up and down. It would roll one way, wind up, go down, roll the other way. It kept going up like this, up and down, up and down. So we had to try to figure out what it was, and we finally figured out what it was. And we welded a new bracket on, and we didn't have any trouble that way. But for some reason, they never greased some of the bearings. So we were picking up, it was dark at night, we were picking up the Yankee dryer, and it was making all kind of squeaking noise. And this thing is up probably 70 feet in the air.
Oh, okay.
So I had to climb up And I said, I'll climb up and check it out. See what was wrong with why all the noise. So I got up and I sat on the trolley and I said, okay, pick it up and let me see where the noise comes. Found out where the noise is coming from. Looked at it. There was no grease. So I said, send me up a bucket of grease and something to smear it on with. And so they sent me something up. I smeared it all over what I could. And I said, okay, pick it up. And when they picked it up, I was able to get some of the other parts. And that was okay. But then again, we some of the they weren't iron workers. They were machine removers. Somebody had left a coil rope on the track, so we were pulling it out, and I'm sitting on this trolley riding it out, and we're pulling it out of the building over top of the roof, and we get to this thing, it got stopped. I said, I don't know what's wrong. I looked around, couldn't see anything. It was dark. I didn't have any flashlights. I said, okay, keep pulling. So he pulls it. We go over the rope and we start running down the thing. Well, we didn't have any stops on the other end. I forgot. That's one thing I forgot to put the stoppers. And I'm riding down there. Oh, I'm getting ready to jump.
Oh God.
Middle of the night, but it ended up all right. We got out of there. And I've had some interesting jobs that I could work around. At times, I was. They might call me a troubleshooter. Next time, a erection engineer. They might call me the chief engineer. I had all kind of titles, which never bothered me. I don't care. I just did a job. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Kind of always doing something different, so it keeps it spicy.
Yeah.
Not the same thing over and over again. That would be kind of monotonous. But just figuring out that problem was probably really rewarding.
Yeah.
Getting the job done, getting on your jet,
Yeah.
flying back to Florida.
Yeah. We had JW actually came out to the job, but he would fly on I think it was a King Air. Is that a single? Yeah, I think a single engine. It was a small plane, and they used to fly out of Washington, PA, an airport out of there. So he came out to the job, and I think it was a Friday, and I had a ticket to fly home on a commercial plane. And he says, how about flying home with me? Okay. So we get in this plane. It might be a 4-seater, maybe plus the pilot and a co-pilot.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and we're flying home. And so it was dinner time. So we had a beer and some crackers and pretzels for dinner. Yeah. He lands me at County Airport. You know where that is?
The
Out
old
there.
one?
Yeah, over in above Homestead,
Okay.
the county airport. It's out on Curry Hollow Road. He lands me over there. My car is probably out here, and I think I got a taxi and came home. But it's clear. It's over where Kayla lives, actually, somewhere over there.
So I thought you were going to say he was the pilot, but no, you had a pilot.
No,
okay.
he was big old chubby German.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't you take flying lessons?
Not yet.
Oh. Somebody's taking flying lessons.
Zach did.
Zach. Yeah.
Okay.
Zach's got his pilot's license.
You did really?
Uncle Bud used to fly.
Yeah, back in the war, right?
Yeah. But he'd fly out of North Side Pittsburgh. Down on he used to be a seaplane place down there. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. But usually he flew out of Butler. He'd go up to Butler.
The county airport up there.
Pardon?
The county airport up there. Butler.
I don't know what airport. All I knew was
And Butler.
in Butler. I think he took more lessons out there, but he used to get down to I think let's see, first bridge is what, committee, or the baseball player,
Yeah.
and the next one is a woman. Is that a woman? I don't know what the next one is.
Isn't that
6th, 7th, 9th Street. Is there a 9th Street? It was up by 9th Street. It was on the upper side. Yeah, he used to fly out of there.
So is he still